Donald Trump's suggestion of lowering tariffs to secure Beijing's approval for TikTok's sale. Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhuo Jiakun reaffirmed China's opposition to additional tariffs, maintaining its consistent stance. This is what he had to say in his reply to Trump's offer.
中方已经多次阐明了我们的立场，中方反对加征关税的立场也是一贯的明确。
This was after President Donald Trump said that he is considering easing tariffs on China in exchange for Beijing's support in a deal to sell TikTok to a US-approved buyer. The social media app faces a potential shutdown on April the 5th unless a sale takes place. Trump issued a delay on the federal ban and says he may extend it if necessary. He emphasized that China will play a role in the transaction and hinted at a possible tariff reduction to get the deal done. Currently, Chinese goods face a 20% tariff, and Trump is expected to announce new trade barriers in the coming days. China has warned that any sale must comply with its export laws, potentially giving it control over the process. The TikTok ban stems from national security concerns, though the company denies any threat. Trump previously delayed enforcement for 75 days, hoping to find a buyer. Here's what Trump had to say.
A role in that, possibly, in the form of an approval, maybe. And I think they'll do that. Maybe I'll give them a little reduction in tariff or something, you know, because every point in tariff is worth more money than TikTok, if you think. Every point. Tariff is a much bigger world, and TikTok is big. But every point in tariffs is worth more than TikTok. So in order to get China to do, maybe I'd give them a reduction in tariffs as an example. Sounds like something.
Moving on now to Europe. Paris is hosting the Coalition of the Willing Summit today, bringing together key allies to discuss further military and strategic support for Ukraine. French President Emmanuel Macron has issued a strong warning, stating that Russia has a clear desire for war as the conflict continues. Let's take a look at what President Macron's opening statement said.
D'abord et avant toute chose, le soutien immédiat à l'Ukraine. Nous devons le poursuivre. Il est nécessaire pour continuer la résistance. Et j'ai pu annoncer aujourd'hui 2 milliards d'euros supplémentaires de soutien de la France sur le plan militaire à l'Ukraine.
Macron announced that France will provide an additional €2 billion in military aid to Ukraine. He also stressed that Russia must accept a 30-day ceasefire without any preconditions, reinforcing Europe's commitment to Kiev. Let's take a listen to what he said.
Je vois un pays qui a été agressé, qui a déjà fait un geste d'accepter un cessez-le-feu sans condition de 30 jours, et de l'autre côté, l'agresseur qui lui met des conditions et n'a même pas accepté cela. On ne va pas lever les sanctions. Ou alors ça veut dire qu'on part en capilotade. Donc non, la question des sanctions viendra, mais elle viendra en temps voulu, dans le règlement d'une paix solide et durable.
The French president hinted at the possibility of European forces being deployed in Ukraine to deter further Russian aggression. However, both Macron and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky emphasized that it is still too early to discuss the specifics of any potential foreign troop presence. Here's President Zelensky's official statement.
Передусім для того, щоб контролювати ситуацію, моніторити ситуацію, проводити спільні тренування, а також забезпечити, унеможливлювати будь-які бажання Росії повернутись з тією чи іншою хвилю агресії. Ще які інструменти у цього континенту на морі, в повітрі, я маю на увазі в небі, або boots on the ground, поки що зараз.
Macron also ruled out easing sanctions on Russia at this stage, signaling that pressure on Moscow will remain high. As world leaders gather in Paris, the summit is expected to shape the next phase of support for Ukraine. Let's hear what President Macron said about Russia.
Loin de prouver qu'elle veut vraiment la paix, la Russie continue de fait, jour après jour, de frapper intensément le territoire ukrainien, y compris des cibles civiles. Ces frappes, nous les condamnons et elles doivent absolument cesser.
Moving on now, Russia has launched a new wave